Dr. Ari Green was a student of ours many, many years ago when we first began in those years. And he frequented Chabad House as a student. Little did we know that decades later, he would become a prominent orthopedic surgeon. He would become a neighbor of mine, and he would become a member of our shul, and also become a leading supporter of Torah institutions in our community. Here's where you see the prophecy of Shlach Lachmecha, that cast thy breads upon the water, and you never know or realize until much, much later that the work and the friendships that you've had over all these years, it all comes back together. And I think that this dinner tonight is exactly one such time when the relationship of decades that Chabad House at Rutgers has had with a student, Ari Green, has now turned into Dr. Ari Green being our guest of honor.
Growing up in a conservative household in a conservative shul, I had the need for Judaism at Rutgers, and Chabad was home. At that point in time, Hillel was buried on the back of Douglas and really not relevant to me. And Chabad was very, very relevant, even when they were on that little red building, and even more so when at that time their huge building went up, and now there's many more square feet to back that one up. So again, I think that's part of who I am and where I am today. So with regard to career, I always knew I was going to be a physician. It was really just a matter of what kind. And actually even going prior to Rutgers, I kind of knew orthopedics was going to be my thing. I grew up as an ice skater, specifically a speed skater, specifically a short track speed skater. And through that, I kind of realized that the orthopods were the guys that got people back into play and not the guys pulling guys out. And it was a very rewarding branch of medicine. I was actually in awe of Rabbi Carlbach for the ability to do something like a Chabad House. In my mind, it was an improbability. You're on College Ave of one of the oldest universities of America that was not founded as a secular university. It was founded as a theologic seminary. It was a religious school. And to now have this edifice that is ginormous and very visible and very prominent right across the street from the commons where you eat, or where the majority of the student body ate, right across the street from the library and next door to the student center was, in my mind, amazing. You always need an anchor. You always need that, call it a foundation stone. You need something that centers you, grounds you, and that's what an institution like that is. There's always a home. There's always a place to get a kosher meal. There's always a place to daven. And it was a place where it made me feel welcomed and let me practice my Judaism the way I felt comfortable with.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the dais and welcome our honoree, Dr. Ari Green.